9440. 4405. 944405.
Welcome back for another edition of Calhoun County's Most Wanted, the program where you get to help make Calhoun County a better and safer place for all of us by helping us find and lock up the bad guys. I'm your host, Chris Wright, along with Chief Deputy Matthew Wade from the Calhoun County Sheriff's Office. Matthew, always good to see you.
Glad to be back. It's been a while since I've been on the show.
Now, stick around for the end of the show this week because we always wrap up with the crazy criminal of the week, and I'm going to kind of turn the tables a little bit this week and do something that we've never done before with our crazy criminal.
I'm looking forward to it. That means I might need to be on guard?
No, it's not quite what you think, but we'll get to it at the end of the show. But right now, let's talk about what the viewers have done in the last week.
All right. Hey, 6 arrests this week. Counts up to 2,947 people put behind bars, all because of your help. We really couldn't do it without you. I know I say that repeatedly, but it really is you that makes the difference.
All right. Some people have been asking questions about a shooting that happened in Hobson City. Do we have any details we can share on that?
You know, anytime you have a shooting is never a good outcome for anybody, but when you have a domestic violence situation and guns, bad things happen, and we really hate that turned out the way that it did, but for all purposes it appears that it was a domestic violence situation where the suspect shot his girlfriend, and we truly think he might have thought he killed her, then he took his own life, and that's just, there's no winners in any of that, and
no.
You know, just you hate it for the families involved and having to deal with all of those issues, and you know, violence, there's never a good outcome when there's violence.
Is there a moral to this story? Any kind of takeaway? Maybe if you see something going on in your neighbor's house, talk about it. We don't want people to be nosy going in trying to check on their neighbors all the time. But if you think something may be wrong next door, don't be ashamed to say to somebody in law enforcement there might be a problem here.
Absolutely. You know, in domestic violence, they talk about the circle of domestic violence. You know, how it works is an act of domestic violence occurs, and then the person normally tells, I'm sorry, they kind of get back together, they call that the honeymoon phase, and then everything's good for a while, then another act of violence occurs, normally a little stronger, and it keeps going, and when there's love involved, you know, it's hard to see clearly. There's all kinds of signs. It's just hard to, you know, where do we convince those people in that relationship that it would be best to be apart? And it's just something we deal with and struggle with as law enforcement officers each and every day.
Yeah, if a law enforcement officer comes out to investigate a situation and it turns out not be anything serious, that can be dealt with. If the law enforcement shows up after somebody's been shot and killed, that can't be dealt with.
Absolutely, and if you say, I don't want to make them mad, well, if they're no longer with us, you can't make them mad. So call and help a friend. You know, even if you say, I don't want to get them in trouble, but I'd rather them be arrested and dealt with and be alive than somebody, you know, everybody being harmed or killed. And it's just, you know, my heart goes out to both families because there's no winners in this.
Absolutely not. All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we will have the first half of this week's lineup so you can help us lock up some more bad guys here on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? AOD Federal Credit Union can help. We offer low interest rates and financing terms to work with your budget. We can save you time and money, whether it's at one of our convenient office locations or through one of our participating dealers. Visit an office, call, or head to AODFCU.com to get your best deal now. Low auto loan rates, always at AOD Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions may apply. To obtain additional details and cost information, call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Amazing grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a rich like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
But now I am
sober,
happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Hi, I'm Crystal Meth. Try me once, I might let you go. But if you try me twice, then I'll own your soul. I take kids from their parents and parents from their kids. I'll take and take until you have no more to give. I'll take everything from you, your looks and your pride. I'll ravage your body and control your mind. Now that you've met me, what will you do? Will you try me or not? It's all up to you.
Hi, I'm Katina Houston with Family Links, and this is the Parenting Tip of the Week. How do we influence and motivate our children? Parental influence versus control is a critical concept in parenting. We simply do not control our children. What parents have is a great deal of influence over our children. In fact, parents are the most important role models for their children. It is easier to increase wanted behavior than it is to decrease unwanted behavior. Parents can motivate strong-willed children to change by providing positive words or positive rewards for desired behaviors and negative consequences for unwanted behaviors. When parents use both positive words and positive rewards frequently, it tends to increase positive behaviors and help children feel better about themselves. Negative consequences should be used for unwanted behaviors or broken rules. These consequences are usually the removal of things and activities that our children enjoy. Remember, the 3 most empowering words in any language are, I love you. Parents who understand the importance of these 3 words and practice them daily will have mastered the single most important element of successful parenting. For tips like these, you can contact Family Links at 256-820-5911.
And here's the first half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Christina Broom from Center is wanted for failure to appear for second-degree theft of property. Robert Lee Miller of Anniston, wanted on bond revocation for possession of marijuana first and possession and receipt of a controlled substance, also resisting arrest and attempt to elude. Christy Danielle Bryan of Jacksonville, wanted for bond revocation for first-degree robbery. John Buckner of Anniston, wanted on probation violation for second-degree escape and unlawful manufacture of a controlled substance. Felicia Brown from Anniston, wanted for a violation of GPS monitoring. Timothy Thomas from Anniston, wanted on probation violation for second-degree assault. Melissa Baldwin from Oxford, wanted on probation revocation for possession and receipt of a controlled substance. And Justin Posey of Gadsden, wanted for bond revocation for domestic violence, third-degree criminal mischief, and interfering with domestic violence emergency. We'll have the second half of the lineup coming up in just a few moments on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. More bad guys coming up in the second half of the lineup, but right now we want to talk with Patty from, well, where are you from? We know you work with the ARC of Calhoun and Cleveland counties, but today you're talking about the theatrical duties that you have, and I understand that even though we now have the Jacksonville State Theater here in Calhoun County, we've got CAST, and then we've got a new group that I can't remember their name, but even with all these theater happenings in Calhoun County, we're exporting our thespians to Etowah County now?
Well, you know, when you get a really good show, a lot of folks go where the great show is. That's where the actors want to go. And there are great shows here, but there's a legendary show called Noises Off that Theater of Gadsden is doing. And I can tell you honestly, this is one of the plays that is on my bucket list of shows I wanted to do. So as soon as I heard that Theater of Gadsden was doing this show, I hightailed it to Gadsden and, you know, begged, borrowed, blackmailed my way into the show, and brought or referred someone else into the cast who took a small part and wound up with a really great part, Dylan Hurst, and they're all the parts are here are great. And then a lady from Alexandria is also doing the show. So the Calhoun County actors and actresses are beating out all the Gadsden, Etowah County folks for these roles because we're just that much better. So you're trying to stir up trouble, right? Am I being successful? Well, you know, I've got several weeks with these folks, so please let me go. And they're already beating me up on stage on purpose, but don't let them put purpose behind it in reality. But no, it's a great show and a lot of great Etowah County actors in it too. Noises Off is one. If you're a regular theater goer, you're familiar with this performance, but we may have some people watching that aren't. So tell us a little bit about the show. Noises Off is a play within a play, one of those things. It's a farce. It's a British farce, and it takes place around the production of a show called Nothing On. But it's actually 3 acts, but don't get scared away by that because it is a quick-moving show. The first act is...
That just means you get an extra chance to go out and get refreshments,
yeah,
doesn't it, Matthew?
That's true.
Two intermissions, that's awesome.
The first act is the rehearsal period, and you see these British actors aren't quite up to opening the next day. And this is a professional group of folks. The second act takes place behind stage, and no words are said during the second act, except for what you're hearing going on the other side, which is the play that you've already heard. But you get to see all the shenanigans that go behind stage. And I will be honest with you, that is probably one of the hardest acts I've ever done in my career on theater.
Let me see if I'm following this right. So basically Act 1 and Act 2 are both Act 1, but you're seeing it from in front of the stage and then behind the stage.
Right. The first act is rehearsal. The second act is actually production of the show, but the actors are all mad at each other. Okay? And I and another character really start some bad stuff happening. And so we're all lovey-dovey on front of set and behind set. As you know, as it goes when the cameras go off sometimes, hostilities come out. And then the third act is...
See, she's on to you, Matthew. He is not nice to me when the cameras are turned off.
You know, that's why I'm separating them right now, okay? And then the third act is basically the same act again, but it has all gone horribly wrong. We have taken the hostilities, obviously, onto set by now. And so it's just totally winging it, and it's hilarious. It is really hilarious.
So in a way, it's like going to a show and everything just goes wrong and you're just watching the train wreck.
Exactly.
But it's a scripted train wreck.
Yes. But like I said, the second act, it's... I don't know the name of those machines, but you know those machines that are set up so that one thing triggers the next thing that triggers the next thing, that, you know, and then you have an outcome at the end. And if one of those things does not work, then the next latch. Act 2 is like that. I mean, it's timed precisely so that things have to happen. If the person behind you doesn't come and do the thing that they're supposed to do, I mean, I wield an axe a couple of times, and I'm after people. And if my fellow,
I'm not having any trouble envisioning this, are you, Matthew?
If my fellow actors don't come after me, I mean, don't get the axe when they're supposed to, then you're probably going to come after me in real life. Okay?
I don't know if I'm going or not.
We can let Todd Entrican handle that.
Todd Entrican handle that.
We're in Gadsden.
That's right.
Matthew doesn't have to worry about this.
But I'm Calhoun County, so you know, you guys get to decide.
Jurisdictional is where it happens.
Exactly. But it is hilarious, you know, and we took several rehearsals. I mean, and still something will happen now when we're seeing it, you know, more come to fruition. We're seeing, and it's just cracking us up. And the show has been incredibly successful all through its run, and the author has rewritten it several times because it's so successful that he goes back and he updates it so that it doesn't get dated, you know, and it becomes still fresh and people can come see it and they'll get it.
So even if you've seen it before, it's definitely worth. That's one of the things I love about theater. It's never the same twice, but the way he's kept the script fresh. And
right, yeah. He'll go back and, you know, and say, oh, I can't believe you guys were doing it like this because I've made a mistake, or, you know, or it's very funny. There's a whole, in the book, in the script, there's a whole chapter where he's just written a note to all the actors and explained the play, and it's just so much fun. It really is. There's also a fake program where you get to find out about all of our backgrounds of our characters, you know, and so you understand why we're acting like we're acting.
A little bit TMI probably.
Yeah, but you need to know it. You need to know it.
All right, well, we need to take a break, and we're going to do that right now. We'll be back with more here, and we'll have the second half of this week's lineup in just a few moments on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
More than half of kids 12 to 17 years old have personal web pages, videos, or blogs. It's called social networking. As a parent, you should be monitoring your child's web pages. Find out the name of their site and go to it at least 3 times a week. Check for inappropriate material, for pictures, comments, and messages. Make sure your child doesn't post their personal information. Software is available to help you monitor your child's internet use. I'm Calhoun County Sheriff Larry Amerson. For more information, log on to our website or call the number on your screen.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless.
Broken. Sad.
Just lost. But now I am
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found. Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? AOD Federal Credit Union can help. We offer low interest rates and financing terms to work with your budget. We can save you time and money, whether it's at one of our convenient office locations or through one of our participating dealers. Visit an office, call, or head to AODFCU.com to get your best deal now. Low auto loan rates, always at AOD Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions may apply. To obtain additional details and cost information, call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
I'm Calhoun County Sheriff Larry Amerson. Don't risk your life and the lives of others by texting while driving. Put the phone down or safely pull over. Looking down for 1 second is all it really takes. Is it really worth it?
Hello, I'm Judge Brenda Stedham, and I'm looking for local veterans to serve as mentors for our new Calhoun County Veterans Treatment Program. If you are a veteran and you would like to help serve those who have served our country and would like to be a mentor, please contact Colonel Greg Potts, who is our Veterans Court Battle Buddy Coordinator. His number is 256-453-0866, or you can email him at oxfordpotts@aol.com. Thank you.
And here's the second half of this week's lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted. Shannon Arrowwood, from Oxford, wanted for violation of a protection from abuse order. Andre Bailey of Anniston wanted on probation violation for possession of marijuana, 2nd degree. Ronnie Linder of Theodore, he is a deadbeat dad. He owes $7,729 in child support. Ginger Otwell Moore of Anniston wanted for failure to appear for possession and receipt of a controlled substance and use and possession of drug paraphernalia. James Hickman of Oxford wanted for failure to appear for passing bad checks. Carl McDonald of Anniston, he is a deadbeat dad who owes over $20,000 in child support. Marcia Huff of Lincoln owes $4,533 in child support. If you have any information about any of these individuals, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. They want your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000. The crime fighting is not over. We've still got the Crime Stoppers segment of the show here. In just a few minutes, we're going to talk about some property crimes that we need your help in solving. Got another significant list of those this week, so we'll get to that in just a few minutes. But right now, Patty's telling us about the performance of Noises Off in Gadsden. What's the name of the theater group again?
Theater of Gadsden.
Theater of Gadsden. Mm-hmm. And so we've heard a lot about the play itself, but we haven't heard anything about how you can get tickets and when it's going to be.
Well, the easiest way to get tickets, especially from Calhoun County, is to go online, and it's Theater of Gadsden, all spelled out, .com, and that's their website, theaterofgadsden.com, and you can buy tickets online, and of course tickets will be available at the door. It opens January 24th and runs that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and then the next weekend. And the shows are at 7:30 on Friday and Saturday and 2:30 on Sundays.
And this is actually the first show of the season, right? So we've got plenty to look forward to this year from Theater of Gadsden.
They have an excellent season. They really do. The next show is Lend Me a Tenor, which is also a very popular farce. And then they're going to go into 9 to 5, which is a great show.
Is Dolly Parton going to show up for that?
Wouldn't that be great? Well, there's a lot of jokes about that. Or maybe a Dolly Parton look-alike. They're also going to do
Just dye your hair. You can do it.
I might could pull out the physical more than I could the voice. Okay. Also, we've got To Kill a Mockingbird that they've got, Young Frankenstein, And then they'll have a Christmas show coming
Frankenstein.
up. Frankenstein, yes. So, I mean, they've got an excellent season, and this is the first show of that. And so, also, they've got season tickets on sale that you can get at the same place, theaterofgadsden.com, and it's $50, which is a 35% discount from a ticket to the door.
And did you say where the shows are actually done?
They're done at the historic Ritz Theater, which is in Alabama City in Gadsden, and it's pretty easy to find. I could tell you how to get there. Can't tell you the exact street, but it is easy to find in Alabama City. And
is that a pretty good theater?
Well, you know, it's been renovated. It's a renovated film theater that the city of Gadsden renovated for the group.
A lot of times you hear the word historic theater and you think, oh no, it's just going to be old and run down.
No, well, I did a show there several years ago. I mean, many years ago, Trip to Bountiful. And yeah, it was very run down. But the city took about 2-3 years, the city of Gadsden, and renovated it for them. And now it's Art Deco in the inside, and it's a very nice stage.
Yeah, for a lot of us, that's part of the experience, is going and checking out these theaters. You get to see something that's historical and get a new perspective on some stuff, see the architecture. Just the venue is as important as the show itself sometimes.
Oh yes, and for an actor too, it makes a world of difference, you know, where you're acting. It's nice to have dressing rooms, it's nice to have wing space. Having done shows basically in a closet in my career, it's nice to have, when I go off stage I won't have to hug the wall so that you don't see me. And this is a really nice, they've got great people, and they've got great people that are working on the sets too. A guy named John Mack makes most of their sets, and Michael Sweeten, who is our director. He's a cast member, and he helped build the set this time, so I need to give him a shout out.
All right, well, very good. So theaterofgadsden.com is the website. You can go ahead and get your tickets now. It's going to be playing for a couple of weekends, opening up the season, so while you're at the website, check out what the rest of the season is going to be like there for Theater of Gadsden. Patty, it's always good to see you break a leg.
Thank you very much. Correct terminology, I'm proud of it.
We will be back in just a few moments. We will have the crazy criminal of the week. And Matthew, as I said at the beginning of the show, we're going to take this in a different direction from what we normally do. We've never done it quite this way before. So stick around for that here in just a few moments on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
A lifetime of savings can disappear overnight. Millions of dollars are stolen every day from unsuspecting older adults by family members, caregivers, and trusted professionals. If you suspect financial exploitation, call the Elder Care Locator at 1-800-677-1116 or go online to the National Adult Protective Services Association to be connected with help in your area.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
A crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
Homeless.
Broken. Sad.
Just lost.
But now I am.
Sober.
Happy.
I'm found.
Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? AOD Federal Credit Union can help. We offer low interest rates and financing terms to work with your budget. We can save you time and money, whether it's at one of our convenient office locations or through one of our participating dealers. Visit an office, call, or head to AODFCU.com to get your best deal now. Low auto loan rates, always at AOD Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions may apply. To obtain additional details and cost information, call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Being with you was a blast. Our future together was looking pretty good. We had some great times. Everything was going so great. But you made a stupid choice that killed our relationship. I'm gonna miss you.
His choice was to drink and then drive. Underage drinking can cost you your freedom. Drinking and driving can cost you your future. There is no future with alcohol.
And welcome to the Crime Stoppers segment of Calhoun County's Most Wanted. We've got some property crimes that we need your help solving. On January 7th, this residence on School Cutoff Road in Jacksonville was broken into. The thief or thieves stole a Nikon camera, Xbox 360, and some jewelry. Between January 7th and 8th, a red 5-foot by 8-foot utility trailer was stolen from a residence on Bernard Couch Drive in Anniston. On January 9th, this residence on Holsey Road in Jacksonville was broken into. A laptop computer and some jewelry were stolen from this home. Between January 8th and 9th, a residence on Charlie Penny Road in Piedmont was broken into. You see it here. Firearms were taken from this home. January 10th, a residence on Alexandria Jacksonville Highway was broken into. A Sony PlayStation 3 gaming console, a PS3 game, and a 32-inch flat screen television were all stolen. Sometime between November 24th and January 10th, this residence on Pleasant Valley Road in Jacksonville was broken into. An RCA surround sound speaker system, a computer monitor, and 2 televisions were stolen here. If you have any information about these cases, please call Calhoun County Crime Stoppers at 256-238-1414. They want your information, not your name, and you could get a cash reward of up to $1,000.
Stupid! You're so stupid!
Normally, stupid is the case for the person that we talk about on the Crazy Criminal of the Week. But Matthew, this week we're going to do something a little bit differently. We've got a guy in Arizona who got out of prison just the other day. And now today he is back at the sheriff's office receiving an award.
Awesome.
And this is different from what we normally do on the Crazy Criminal, but I know it's important to you and to Sheriff Emerson.
I know where we're going. I read the article.
Just because somebody did something bad and had to be put in jail does not mean that they are a bad person that can't do good things. And I know that's been one of your efforts at the Calhoun County Jail, is to offer opportunities for people to contribute to society after they get out. This individual heard a mother screaming. The mother had just witnessed her 2-year-old daughter playing where there was a septic tank, and accidentally the top of the tank opens up, the girl falls inside, mother starts screaming, and this man who just got out of jail hears the screaming, comes over. He dove head first into the septic tank. This criminal that could easily be just passed off as, well, that's a bad guy. He dove in head first into a septic tank. Took him a while to find the girl who was completely submerged, but he found her, and with the help of another friend of his, got her out, and the little girl is alive and well.
Just because you've made a mistake in your life doesn't mean that you can't be a hero with future decisions that you make, and that's a great story. And wow, these people that come to our jail, a lot of times drugs have ravaged them. Drugs didn't make people stupid. It just makes them make bad decisions with their desires and cravings, and it's never too late. No. Never too late.
The next decision you make can be a good one, and we'll leave you with that. We'll be looking for you again next week, but hopefully not in the lineup on Calhoun County's Most Wanted.
Looking for a new or used vehicle? AOD Federal Credit Union can help. We offer low interest rates and financing terms to work with your budget. We can save you time and money, whether it's at one of our convenient office locations or through one of our participating dealers. Visit an office, call, or head to AODFCU.com to get your best deal now. Low auto loan rates, always at AOD Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions may apply. To obtain additional details and cost information, call 1-800-637-0299 or visit AODFCU.com. Federally insured by the NCUA.
Amazing Grace.
How sweet the sound that saved
a crackhead, drug addict, alcoholic, meth freak, a wretch like me.
I once was
homeless,
broken, sad,
just lost.
But now I am
sober,
happy.
I'm found.
Was blind, but now I see.
Every day, shattered lives are restored thanks to the goods you donate to the Salvation Army.